One more thing.
They see the wins, but they don't see the work. They don't see the pioneer digging in the dirt, digging to the core. This that 305 hustle, baby. Let's ride. They call me pioneer, I'm digging to the core. You just want to shine, I'm the one who found the ore. I'm a one-man wrecking crew, a whole platoon. Knocking down these milestones one by noon. I'm an ultimate team player, but I lead the tech. Put the whole damn city, put the team up on my back. Yeah, I run the new stack, building on the mainframe. This that tech coach hustle, building up the brain. I don't back down, I just double up the work. When they shut the door, I find another quirk. In the system, in the market, man, I'm always on. One man army from the dusk, come till the dawn. This that pioneer flow, digging in the deep, maximize potential while they fast asleep. One man army, but I move like a boss. Never backing down, I just pay the call. This that pioneer flow, digging in the deep, maximize potential while they fast asleep. One man army, but I move like a boss. Yeah, I run this game, I just pay the cost. This ain't your rap talk, this is my real life. Built a new foundation, cutting through the strife. Got the new tech running, stacking up the data. Got the AI working heavy, I'm the new creator. I'm a boss to my team, the new recruits. Show them how to win, how to get the loot. From the live stream to the brand new platform. I'm the one they call when they in a damn storm. I'm a pioneer, man, in that digital stack. Got the new school models running in the back. I don't just chase the goals, man, I hunt them down. This a one-man conquest, hand me the crown. This that pioneer flow, digging in the deep. Maximize potential while they fast asleep. One man army, but I move like a boss. Never backing down, I just pay the cost. This that pioneer flow, digging in the deep. Maximize potential while they fast asleep. One man army, but I move like a boss. Yeah, I run this game, I just pay the cost. It's deeper than the money, this is for the bloodline. Gotta make them see a hustler who's gonna always shine. Make sure that the legacy is set in stone. Show them how to build a whole damn world all on their own. This that on the map mindset, on the track, like a grandmaster planning the attack. I'm the ultimate team player cause I built a whole team. I'm the one man army that supply the whole dream. From the new speech to the coaching plan. I'm putting my whole soul into the master plan. This that pioneer flow, digging in the deep. Maximize potential while they fast asleep. One man army but I move like a boss. Never backing down, I just pay the cost. This that pioneer flow, digging in the deep. Maximize potential while they fast asleep. One man army, but I move like a boss. Yeah, I run this game, I just pay the cost. One man dynasty, with the whole team meeting. It's that pioneer flow. Maximize everything.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully you are doing well. I am going to apologize right now. What am I apologizing for? Well, I already see that my upload speed is going to be a little slow tonight, so we're going to have to adjust for that. I'm sorry if it slows down sometimes. It is coming straight from Xfinity. It's coming straight from Xfinity. There's only so much I can do about that. I checked it on my regular Google speed tests. I checked it directly from Xfinity, and it was only getting like 5 megs per second upload. I was like, what in the world? What am I paying all this money for? But on the good side, on a bright note, I do have another angle. Look at that. Look at that. We do have another angle. Let me see. You see, look at that. I can look it straight. I can look right at you just like that. We have another angle as well. So we'll be going back and forth throughout the show, throughout the night with other angles. And I'm still experimenting with all that good stuff. You know how we do. You know how we do. We are always iterating, always trying to improve. I learned so much about video, or not video, about, well, video too, but about photography and frame rates and all of that stuff from my guy Junior. I have to admit though, I have not went into the course yet for the photography because I'm still making time for it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Yep. Junior says it's a little slow. Yeah, I have a feeling if the internet doesn't get faster tonight, we might just be stuck with that. So please forgive me. Please forgive me. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take care of a little bit of house. So before we do that, our plan for tonight, we're going to be finalizing the Apple time cost calculator app. They were down, like Apple had issues last week. It should be good tonight. We're going to be working on that. And then we are going to jump back into the Tech Barbarians coaching portal. And we have some topics during the breaks. A 59-year-old woman who says she is not going to retire, and it might be by choice. We're going to be going over a CNBC article about what 5 phrases that highly successful people say. So we're going to find out, are we highly successful people? Do we say these phrases? And then we'll wrap it up with Jensen Huang, the CEO of Nvidia, talking about the future of AI. And thanks to Google's anti-gravity, which I made a video about, I think it was last week or the week before, about anti-gravity, I built a quick little Chrome plugin, Chrome extension, to help us get through these pages faster. Like when we're reviewing these articles, if it's taking too long, how to get through it faster. So we have that. I'll use that as well. So those are all the things that we have going on tonight. But before we jump into any of that, I just have to say first and foremost, thank you to all of the supporters of the channel. Everyone who has subscribed, whether you've been with me for a very long time or you are brand spanking new, I really, really appreciate you. Shout out to my tech barbarians, my technical explorers, everyone at techcotrap.dev. Thank you so much for your support, for rocking with me, for allowing me to add value into your life. I just published the Scrum Night from last week, or from not this past weekend, but the weekend before that. I just published that into the Patreon, to go ahead and watch that to see all of the enhancements that are going on with Resume Flow and our Tech Barbarians coaching portal, what everyone is working on, so you can see how we work in the tech industry. And last but not least, shout out to my tech mercenaries. Those are the YouTube channel members who continuously support me, and they are getting this channel to go across the entire world. Without you, we would not be getting this tech message across. So shout out to you. Thank you so much to every last one of you. I truly appreciate you. We are the best. And let's continue to go out there and get it. All right, quick announcements. So yesterday we had a video about our candid conversation. Experience is way more important than your certifications. Anyone can study to pass a test, but do you actually know how to do the work? It's like being able to answer questions in theory about being an electrician, if we talk about Junior's profession, but do you actually know how to not electrocute yourself when you're trying to put the wires together? So to me, knowing how to actually do the work is way more important about only being able to answer questions about the work. So that's why I personally value experience over certifications, experience over diplomas. Some people say, not me, but some people say, those who can do. Oops, not that. Let's try that again. Some people say those who can do, and those who can't teach. I don't say that, but that's what some people say. Some people actually say that. I don't say that, but some people do. All right. But that's why I say you want to get your experience up so that you don't have to fake it until you make it. You can just make it. Don't fake it till you make it. Just make it. Just make it. All right. So tomorrow, I'm actually going to be recapping what we did last week and what we're going to continue working on tonight. How I took a lovable built web application and turned it into a mobile app in minutes, using Google's anti-gravity. We're going to be going over that tomorrow because it was a lot of moving pieces last week. I'm going to be focused solely on how we made that happen. So you definitely want to tune in tomorrow. Software explorations, concepts and overviews at noon Eastern time. We're going to be going live on Friday. Not on Friday. We're going live on Thursday. We're going to be continuing to push we're going to continue pushing the Stream Deck plugin to the Elgato marketplace. We're going to give it a price, all that good stuff. I still need to upload it to the Patreon for all of the Patreon members to be able to download, but we're going to continue going through the process of how to get this plugin on Elgato so that people across the world can download it as well. And then Friday, it's going to be the bug bite. The bug bite is on Friday. All right. So that's what we have coming up for the rest of the week. I look forward to seeing everyone there. All right. Let me check the chat real quick. Then we're going to jump into our icebreaker, then work, then break, then work, then break, all of that. All right. So first and foremost, we got my guy Junior in the building. Says, what's up? What's up? What's up, family? Shout out to my guy Junior. Good evening to you. Hopefully you are doing well. And Junior says, yes, it's going a little slow. There's only so much. I feel terrible, but I'm looking at it here. It's like fluctuating up and down, up and down. It says half the stream has been dropping frames. What a nightmare. But we're gonna make lemonade out of lemons, right? We're gonna do what we can. We're going to do what we can tonight. I'm sorry, everyone. All right, let's jump into this icebreaker really quick. So what is all this hype about this tool, this new technology called Claudebot? I've been seeing it all over Discords, all over X, all over everywhere, YouTube, and I'm like, what is this Claudebot thing? I saw some screenshots. I'm like, I don't know what it is. So I want to go ahead and figure out what exactly is this Claudebot. So we are going to be jumping into that. We're going to look at the website about it, see what people use it for, and see if we can have any use for it. And if so, then next week's video will be about Claudebot. And then maybe we'll have next Thursday we try to set it up. I don't know yet. But what is Claudebot? So it looks like they renamed it to Moltbot. It says so it says the AI that actually does things. Okay, now that's a bit offensive. I think a lot of the AIs will say they do things, but it says clear your inbox, send emails, manage your calendar, check you in for flights, all from WhatsApp, Telegram, or any chat you already use. What? That seems pretty interesting. It says, so I wish I could get some more. Right, so let's see, quick start. You'd run this command, curl, https mode.bot install. And then what? It says, what does it do? Runs on your machine, Mac, Windows, or Linux, Anthropic, OpenAI, or local models. Private by default. Your data stays yours. All right. Any chat, talk to it on WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, Slack, Signal, or iMessage. Works in DMs and group chats. Okay. Persistent memory remembers you and becomes uniquely yours. Your preferences, your context, your AI. Browser control. It can browse the web, fill forms, and extract data from any site. Full system access, read and write files, run shell commands. Okay. Skills and plugins. Extend with community skills or build your own. It can even write its own. Featured in Mac Stories. Let me see. Works with WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, Slack, Signal, iMessage, Claude, GPT, Spotify, Hue. Is Hue the one for like the Philips lights? Obsidian, Twitter, or X. Why are we saying Twitter and X? Oh, come on. Browser, Gmail, GitHub. Let me see. Discord, documentation, GitHub, Claude Hub, download skill. All right, let me see. Let me go. Let me take this off. This is bothering me. Hold up. Gee whiz. All right, there we go. Take that off. All right, let me see something. See if there's any YouTube videos on this. Let me see. YouTube. Let me look for
Sat down with the CEO of Nvidia, Jensen.
Let's go to Claude. See if there's any videos that are short and quick and to the point. I don't think so. Well, guess we're gonna have to figure it out ourselves. Nothing short and sweet, so I will do a deep dive on that for our video next week then. But I don't. No, let's check Gemini. Let's do a Gemini search. I've been seeing a lot about Claude Bot. Can you tell me what its use or purpose would be for? Let's see if we can get an idea of what that's going to be for from Gemini. It might not even know it if it's too new. It might not even know what CloudBot is if it's too new. Based on current tech trends, okay, it does. It's is viral open source agentic AI assistant that has recently gained significant attention. Unlike standard chatbots like ChatGPT or standard web versions of Claude that lives in the browser tab and mostly just talk, CloudBot is designed to perform actions on your computer while you interact with it through texting apps. Here's a breakdown of its primary purpose, the core purpose, agent versus chatbot. The main purpose of CloudBot is to bridge the gap between an AI thinker and a doer. Standard chatbot, you ask for a recipe, it gives you text. Now, if you could ask for a recipe and it actually cooks the food for you, now we're talking. But we might need a humanoid for that one. All right. It says the main purpose. Okay. You ask for a recipe. It can save the ingredients to your shopping list file, email it to your partner, or add a calendar reminder to start cooking at 6. Okay, that is pretty cool, I must say. People are using CloudBot for to build a digital butler that they can text just like a friend. All right, now where is Rod Brown? Because they are taking it too far now. Because remember when Rod Brown asked me a while ago, what do I think about falling in love with the large language model? I think you've crossed the line. I think that you have crossed the line. All right. It says people. So we got that messaging interface. It connects to apps like WhatsApp, Telegram, Signal, or Discord. You don't open a special app to use it. You just text its number. /contact. Local access. It runs on your own computer like a personal server, Mac Mini. It gives access to your local files, terminal, and application. Proactivity. Unlike most AIs that wait for you to type, CloudBot can be set up to message you first. Good morning. You have 3 critical emails and a meeting in 15 minutes. Want me to draft replies? Okay. Telling me good morning. So that means you could program your CloudBot to text you, Grand Rising Queen, Grand Rising King, right? Says purchase the memory. It's designed to remember context over long periods via local files, so you don't have to re-explain your preferences every time. Common use cases: remote server management. Developers use it to check server status or run code updates by texting a command from their phone. Personal automation: organizing files, managing calendars, and sorting emails. Vibe coding: writing and applying code directly to your local projects via chat instructions. Because CloudBot is often given direct access to your computer files and terminal, it carries higher risk than a web-based chatbot. So exactly. Imagine if it formats your entire computer. Imagine if it formats your entire computer. You know what you're gonna hear? Yup. All right, so if the AI is tricked, prompt injection, or the server isn't secured, it could theoretically delete files or expose sensitive data. It is generally recommended for users who are comfortable with technical setup and security configurations. If you ask about Vex Robotics, a CloudBot, no D, so that's not what we're asking about. It says, would you like to know more about how to install it? Based on our chat our history, how would CloudBot be useful for the things that I do on a regular basis? That's what I always like to know. Like, based on my life, my lifestyle, things that I do, how could these tools help me? Yes, I know I'm selfish like that. I am selfish like that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see what it says. Oof, this stream is egregious, but I am gonna clip it up though. I will clip all of this up, but it's annoying. So annoying. Taking a long time. My upload speed is fine. My download, not so much. Oh, it's getting better on the download speed. Somewhat. Let's see. Come on, Gemini. Any day now. What in the world are you talking about? What are you talking? I just opened this as like I'm dissecting tumors interaction. What are you talking about? What in the world? All right, this is weird. All right, let's stop that because I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. I'm happy I opened this up because this is doing some weird stuff over here. Countering endless repetition of did Gemini get hacked? My goodness. That was so weird. Okay. Well, you just told me about it. What are you talking about? Okay, there we go. Yes. I think it's important sometimes to open up the thinking. All right, there we go. So, given your background as a QA engineer, software developer, and tech coach, CloudBot recently named Moldbot due to trademark issues. Ah, okay, I got you. So they had some trademark issues. Is uniquely, I wonder why they call it Moldbot. Is uniquely suited to your workflows. Unlike standard chatbots, that just talks. We read that part already. Dev and QA automation, your tech workflow. Since you are comfortable with Docker, Python, and AWS, you are an ideal user for this. You can text the bot from Telegram, WhatsApp while you're out to control your dev environment. Remote DevOps, you can check the status of my Docker containers or restart the DigitalOcean droplet for resume flow. It runs the shell command locally and texts you back the output. Agentic AI, you could set up a skill to run your test suite. That would be pretty cool. You can run the regression test suite for time cost calculator app. Bot executes Python PyTest scripts, captures logs and messages you. Test path with 2 warnings and off module. That's pretty interesting. Code refactoring on the fly. While away from your keyboard, you can ask it to refactor a specific file in your VS Code. All right, now let's see this. Content creation, YouTube and OBS. Managed tech coach drive content often involves repetitive file management. Cloudbot can act as a production assistant. OBS plugin dev. Since you develop C++ plugins for OBS, you can ask the bot to run the build. Video workflow. You can create a skill that watches the folder. When you dump a raw footage, the bot can automatically run an FFmpeg script to compress the files or extract audio for your podcast. Patreon. Social and community can be connected to your Discord. You could ask it to summarize the last 50 messages from your Tech Coach route for your Tech Coach community server, so you can know what topics to cover in your next live. That's pretty interesting. Training log, instructional organization, travel and logistics, home improvement, project sourcing, tool inventory. As a QA professional, you will spot the risk immediately. Cloudbot has pseudo or near pseudo potential. Okay, I mean, we'll certainly play with it to see what that's all about. But that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I don't seem too crazy about it right now, but I also wasn't crazy about Cloud Code, to be honest. I'm still not too crazy about Cloud Code, but I have been using it at work. Pretty cool, pretty impressive, but I don't know. Anyways, that is it for CloudBot. What I plan to do is installing it next week on for our software explorations. So over the weekend, I'm going to install it and make a video about it, about my experience, what I was able to do with it, maybe demo it using it in WhatsApp. We shall see. All right, let me see if we have anything. We have Memicify in the building. What's up, Memicify? Hopefully everything is going well. Keep up the good work with that build that you were doing for that man cave. All right, let's jump into our first segment of work, which we're going to be going to Apple. All right, so let me go ahead and I'm gonna put the timer up, right? But I'm not putting the lower third for it because we're just gonna go in here and we are going to try to publish this, and then we're gonna jump into our actual plans for tonight. We were supposed to get this done last week, but Apple told us. All right, so we have everything here. We have our screenshots. Let's say we're going to do add for review, I believe. We got our screenshots from, what do you call that app? From Device Farm, from AWS. Let me see, draft submission, iOS, started by, wait, this is a long time ago. Hold on a second. You must choose a build. How do I choose a build? What do I choose to build? Oh, okay. Draft submission. And we're going to say, oh wait, create a new submission. I don't know. The items below are required for you to, so choose, where do I choose to build? Hold up. Where do I do this? The items below are required to start your review process. Let's try that again. Let's go over here and we are going to version. What? So we do add for review, create new submission. You must choose a build. All right, let me go over here. Let me delete this submission. And let's say, I don't know. All right, hold on. Let's do that. The items below are required. So where do I choose to build? Build. Oh, okay. Add build. Click on that. Done. And then save. Add for review. And we say submit for review. All right, cool. So the app is being reviewed. It's in Apple's hands now. If there is any issues, they will let me know, but if not, they will approve it. And I don't think there should be any issues because there was nothing special about it. It works on iOS, it works on Android, so should be good. We should be good. All right. What we are going to do now is we are going to pivot and transition into working on the Tech Barbarians coaching portal app, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to go to, nope, not that one. I am going to go to here. And we are going to look at the other, let me see, where is it? All right, so all right, so this is the Tech Barbarians coaching portal, how it's going to look once we actually finish like finalizing and everything like that. This is like, and all Tech Coach Ralph Patreon members will have access to the coaching portal because you can use it to plan your long-term goals, plan your weekly navigator, plan your daily goals. You can journal your process. You can use it for healthcare, like for not healthcare, but for like your, if you want to fast, if you want to track your nutrition, if you want to track your exercise, track your weight, you can use it for all of that. So all those features are working. It's currently being tested, but I think that it is going to be an even better experience to be able to have a mobile version of the app. So let me get this lower third up here as well. So what I want to do is continue working on the mobile portion of the app, and it's already up, right? It's already up. Wait a second. What happened over here? Where is my screen? Nope. Hold on a second. Hold up. That is weird. It's right there. Let me try this. Let's go here, and then let's go to, there we go. All right, so we have, so like in the prompt that we did last week, it already did all of this for us. It's not perfect, but it works. So if let's say I go ahead and I click on fasting tracker, right? This is like, I never ended it, but it's running. And it quickly was able to get all of these features up and running, right? I don't want to manage the goal categories. I think somebody should be able to do that on the website. But we want to be able to do the quarterly vision, the weekly navigator, the fasting tracker. So here are some issues that I found, right? We don't want the categories, but we want to actually have the actual goals. We want the quarterly vision. We want the weekly navigator, but you see how it's showing all the HTML code in the weekly navigator? So we want to clean that up. We want the fasting tracker, but in the fasting tracker, it's just showing us minutes. And I don't even know what these times are, but it's only showing us minutes. So we want to fix that. I don't even know what's in the weight loss journey. And the weight loss journey, we wanted to show, we wanted to have the option to show whether in pounds or kilograms. So a bunch of things that we need to fix, but the fact that we're able to say, take this web app that Lovable built and make a mobile app for it using Antigravity, that was huge. That was amazing. All right. That I call a flawless victory. All right. So let's start fixing this. Let's go over to, I think the first thing I'm going to fix is the manage goals. So I'm going to say that in turning the web application into a mobile app, we have some. Before I do that, what is left to do in the mobile implementation of the web app? So I just want to know first what's left to do. And then we will start to prompt more. But I do want to start fixing, I think, like, because if we have these features already, that is going to be huge. Maybe add the reward thing, and that could be a great start to it. And I want a better layout. Instead of just seeing this, I want some type of dashboard when you first open the app that is going to show you the most important things, right? Like your goals for today, your fasting information, things that you have to do. Let's see. Let me extend this. Verifying remaining pages, goal categories, weight loss. Updating task with findings. All right, so let's see all the things. I've analyzed the current state of the mobile project. Here's a breakdown of what's implemented and what is left to do. Authentication, basic login, fasting tracker, full authentication, start and history, active timer, goal categories, fully functional, create, read, update. See, but we don't really need that. Weight loss, logging entries, and viewing history chart, navigation, dashboard, and routing between features. Missing to do. Creation flow, major gaps. The creation vision featured is stub with generic coming soon snack bar. Weekly navigator, it's also stub. Weight loss, there's no explicit UI to set or update the weight or body fat goal. Only viewing the current goal. Authentication, polish, no sign up or forgot password option on the login screen. Something I was reading about today, or between yesterday and today, so if we make the ability to sign up from the mobile app, we have to go through payments and stuff through Apple and Google. However, if you must sign up on the web and then you get access to a mobile app, that means all payment and stuff like that goes through the web, and it can go through Stripe, but we don't have to worry about Google and Apple. So there's something that we need to think about and how we're going to set this up. All right. Notification, no local or push notification setup found, likely needed for fasting timers and weekly reminders. How would you like to proceed? I can help you with any of these gaps. All right. So the way that I would like to proceed is, the first thing I would like to do is to change the goal categories to displaying to be able to add actual goals, we should, to be able to add actual goals, that is way more important than the goal categories. Look at the existing code for the functions and the UI to implement how to add actual goals. The goal categories could be a part of that section, but users could also eventually do it on the web app. We should prioritize being able to add and manage actual goals. So that's, to me, that is the most important thing. This should include the daily goals functionality as well. So let's do that. Let us do that. What up, Rod Brown in the building? What's up, Rod Brown? Reese says, is this cursor negative, Ghostwriter? This is Google's anti-gravity. But I'll tell you this. To be honest with you, Reese, they're all built on top of what do you call it? VS Code. They're all built on top of VS Code. I did a breakdown, I think it was like last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, the difference between anti-gravity, Kiro, Amazon's Kiro, Cursor, Windsurf, all of those. It's based on what you need it to do. They're all built on VS Code, so you can go from one to the other very simply, but they're all it's just they have different functionality. So, all right, I have created an implementation plan for the goals and daily goals feature. Create a goal model and repository. Create a new goals page with tabs for daily and all goals. Connecting to a goals table in Supabase. I'm assuming goals table exists and will be created in Supabase with columns ID. Can you just look at the? All right, so watch this. Watch this. Let me go and find. Let's go and navigate to. Clear. So if we go to CD, WebStorm, PWD, and we say you should be able to look at this repo on this local repo. This local repo to see the Supabase structure and the existing functions to know how to make use of that, of what already exists. It might have forgot, right? It might have forgot because this was a week ago that we did this, and it was in a different task prompt. So, let's see. User pointed to a web app repo. I am now exploring to find the schema. Alternatively, you could paste the relevant schema. No, why don't you just do it? Hold up. Are you asking me to do your job for you? See, that's how people, that is how people get fired, because their boss asked them to do a job and they're like, can you do it for me? Can you do it for me? It doesn't work that way. All right, let's see. I tried to access here, but I don't have permission to read files outside of the. What do you mean? Please add the web app folder to your workplace, to your workspace. What? All right, hold on. You were able to do it last time. All right, let me see. Add folder to workspace. Let's go to WebStorm projects. And we're going to go to Tech Barbarians coaching, and we say add. Yes. What just happened? You asked me to add it to the project. Add to, that's what I did, right? Add folder to workspace. Yeah, that's what I did. Explorer. Okay. I just added it to the workspace. Can you access it now? Let's try that. Let us try that. User added to the workspace. I'm exploring now. I didn't do that the first time, so I don't know why all of a sudden it says that it can't do it. But whatever. As long as you can see it now. But that makes it so much easier though, because now well, we'll let it do its thing, and then we'll come back to it after break, and we shall go from there. All right. Let me go ahead and check the chat really quick, and then we will go to our first break time topic. We got my guy Rod Brown in the building. What's up? What's up, Rod Brown? And Ree said, is this cursor? And I said, nope, it's Google's anti-gravity. And guess what? Based on the plan, like the AI plan that you have with Google, like I have the AI Pro, you get to use anti-gravity and its credits on the house. So what I've been building right now, it's part of what I pay monthly. And the other app that I've been building, the Techotrough Success Timer, I was able to do. Where's my phone? Let me tell you what I was able to do today with my success timer. It was. I thought I did more than that, but I did crawling 3 times. I did squats 3 times, and I didn't really track the electrolytes. But look at that. So. I'm supposed to do it 10 times, right? I'm trying to get better. All right. Let me see. GPT says, let me see. Right. Junior's heading out to, shout out to you, Junior. Thank you so much. You have an amazing Bible study. Reset. I started building apps since last year on GPT when I had gotten far with the structure of the apps with ChatGPT and would just start messing up and destroying my own app. Look, it's gotten a lot better in the past year. So that's the first thing. And I haven't used ChatGPT to build any apps. I haven't used ChatGPT to build any apps. I have used mainly Gemini, honestly, and then Lovable and stuff like that. It says, so now I've been trying to use Cursor where it handles my projects better, but I'm still trying to produce my first app. I think it's gonna. So a couple of things to consider, right? Because Cursor, it's the shell. Cursor is the shell, right? You can still choose the models that you're using, so keep that in mind. I have not used Cursor, to be honest with you. I've used Kilo Code. That's my primary bread and butter. With the Gemini API key. I have used, and now I use Amazon's Kuro when I was exploring it. It's really cool, but I don't like using VS Code, and that's why I keep going back to Kilo Code. I am just not a fan of VS Code. It's a thing, right? So I think it comes down to the prompting. It comes down to the models that you're using. If you're using an old model, it's not really going to be that helpful. I've had a lot of luck with Antigravity. If I have time, I will show you the success timer, but the time cost calculator, that is Kilo Code. I'll start off with Devin, then Kilo Code with Google's API key for Gemini Pro, right? First using 2.5, recently using 3. And I think you should definitely give Antigravity a try. I would definitely recommend giving Antigravity a try. Rod Brown says, I think you might be lagging or stuttering a bit. I am. My internet speed is so trash. Like my upload speed, my download speed is super fast, but when you're streaming, you need upload speed. Oh, that is disgusting. Hold on, let me see. I'll show you. Look at that. That is my upload. That right. So this is my upload. This is my upload speed. Sometimes it gets you to like 100, and other times it's at 7.38. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let me see. We have Gene's the movie, and the building says Google Antigravity fixes that and starts messing up with your and starts messing up your entire drive. Use Antigravity today. But no, I've had a really good experience with Antigravity. The fact that I was able to take a lovable built app, a web app, and say, hey, go ahead and change that into like create a Flutter mobile app for it, and it did it like less than an hour. I was super duper impressed. I think you will be as well. You also have to keep in mind when you're building these apps, it's gonna make like these tools will make recommendations, but it's on you to orchestrate how you want it to work. So one more thing. If you join me, Junior's always there. Rod Brown is there sometimes. At our Vibe Code and Chills, you can ask any question on the Google Meet. Ask any question. You can pull up your app. You can do whatever you want and have us talk about it, help out, give some insight, give some feedback. That is the purpose of Saturday's Vibe Code and Chill. We just had one this past Saturday. We're gonna have one in 2 weeks or 2 Saturdays from now. So not this coming Saturday, but the one after. We're gonna have another one. Come up. We do it at 2 p.m. on Saturdays, right? Come up, share your idea, share what you're struggling with, and I will help you. And whoever's there, they'll give you feedback and stuff like that. So definitely take advantage of that. It is at techcultureoff.dev. That's where we do it. You don't even have anyone is available to join those calls. We do it on Google Meet, and that's the purpose of it, to help in whatever it is that you need, right? I'll review things that I'm working on. We'll have conversations. Like on Saturday, we were talking about the resume flow. We're talking about the coaching portal. We're talking about the success timer. And Junior is talking about photography and about frame rates and shutter speed and all that type of stuff. So that is the purpose that I do the Vibe Coded shows on Saturday. So join me and let's talk about it. And maybe I can help you out. All right. It says, bless bro on your insight. For sure. And Rod says, oh man, must be that time of the day. I am so heartbroken, Rod Brown. I am so heartbroken. All right. We are going to jump into our first topic for tonight. It says, I work on Saturday, but I'll be there. Okay. If you can just sign in from your phone, just join us on the Google Meet. You can talk, you can chat, right? So just join and let's have a conversation. Let us know, let me know what it is that you're having trouble with. And if I need to do another session or something, just let me know and we can figure it out together. All right. That's why I want to make myself available to you. So just go to techcoachruff.dev, get an account over there and join us and I have it scheduled in a few days in advance. So join us and let's have some fun. All right. Let me go. Oh, Robert says I join when I can. I'm telling him. He joins when he can. All right, let's go over to this topic. Are you a highly successful person? Do you use these phrases? All right, where is this? Let me see where I got this at. Let me pull this up. All right, so let's go over here. Highly successful people use 5 phrases when talking to their bosses. You'll set yourself apart, says experts. I'm gonna, all right. Don't tell my bosses. Do me a favor. Do not tell my bosses, but I'm going to try to use one of these phrases. I'm trying to use one phrase each of our one-on-ones for the next 5 one-on-ones, right? Let's see. Because it might, I don't know. It says, one-on-ones are the most valuable. See, I didn't even know they were going to talk about one-on-ones. One-on-ones are your most valuable time you have with your boss. Yet most people treat them like throwaway meetings. They fail to prepare and rush through them, rattling off a few tasks they've completed and calling it a day. I've spent almost 15 years coaching leaders at companies like Google, Amazon, and Apple. In my book, Managing Up: How to Get What You Need from the People in Charge, I talk about how the people who get promoted fastest don't treat one-on-ones as a status report. The highest performers use this time to connect to connect their work to business impact and to uncover stretch projects they wouldn't hear about otherwise. Leaders promote people who don't need to be managed and who've proven they are already operating at a more senior level. Here are 5 phrases to use in your one-on-ones that will change how your boss sees you and the opportunities that come your way. So here is the question. We're gonna go through each of these 5 phrases and let me know for each of those phrases. Have you used that phrase with your manager in a one-on-one? We're gonna go through the list. We're gonna read about it and let me know, have you used that phrase with your manager? So number one, first, let me share progress since we last talked. Okay, I think, yes. I don't know if I say that verbatim, but we share progress. Open by walking through what you've accomplished since your last meeting and why it matters. This lets you highlight wins and prevents the conversation from getting derailed by whatever is top of mind for your boss. What you share here is often passed up the chain, making it easier to gain visibility with decision makers. Try this. Skip the vague status updates and link your work to business outcomes. Instead of we're reaching out to new clients, say we've contacted 8 prospects last week and we have 3 demos scheduled, keeping us on track for our Q2 goals. That makes sense. That does make sense. I think it depends though, like how you phrase it depends on what field in tech that you're in. So if you are in sales, that makes sense. But if you're like in tech, if you're in QA, if you're in software engineering, DevOps, you might have to phrase that a little differently, but it makes sense. Like you want to focus on not what you have done, but on the actual outcomes that you're looking for. So let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. Have you used this phrase before when starting off the conversation with your boss in a one-on-one? First, let me share progress since we've last talked. All right. So Let's go to number 2. One thing I could use your perspective on is, I think I've used somewhat of a not that verbatim, but a variation. Even a 30-minute one-on-one can double as a focused problem-solving session. This phrase positions you as a partner to your manager, not just someone who takes orders. It shows you're thinking critically about challenges and taking initiative to solve problems, which is the kind of behavior that gets people promoted. Try this. Don't bring a problem without sharing what you've already tried or the option you're weighing. Instead of, I have no idea how to handle this team conflict, say, there's been some miscommunication with the marketing team. I've tried X and I'm considering doing Y, but I'd love your take before I move forward. So that is good. That is good. Stop asking people what to do without ever thinking about it or trying anything. You want to put yourself in the position to say, here is what I have tried. Here's what I'm thinking about doing. And I would love your input on this, because a lot of times you might have some blind spots that someone else can see in your idea, and they don't have to think about everything for you. So this is a good one. I like this one too. What are you hearing from leadership? Number 3. Let me know in the chat in the comments if you have said this to your boss before. What are you hearing? And if you are a boss, like AKA beloved brother Rod Brown, has any of the people that you lead said this to you? All right. What are you hearing from leadership? Most people only talk about their work in one-on-ones. Turn the table and ask what's happening at your boss's level and above. This gives you insight into priorities, pressures, and changes that could affect your work before they trickle down and surprise you. When you engage in a thoughtful conversation about strategy and things leaders care most about, you set yourself apart from your peers. Try this. Ask what your boss has coming up or what initiatives are on the horizon, then offer to assist. You could say, I know you have a lot on your plate. Are there projects where it'll be helpful to have me step in to lighten the load? Or I'd be happy to attend that meeting in your place so you can be heads down on other priorities. It's a win-win. You help manage your workload while gaining exposure to growth assignments. Number four. Let me know if you've heard number 4. Or not if you heard, if you have said number 4, or if you're in a position of leadership, if one of your subordinates has said this to you. That's something I'd love to get involved with. Your promotion isn't decided at your performance review, it's decided in the months leading up to it. This phrase is a subtle but powerful way to make it known that you're interested in and ready for additional responsibilities. Try this. If your boss mentions a new direction for the company, you might say, great to hear we're expanding. How are we expanding? How are we approaching regulatory issues? I'd love to contribute on the compliance side, or use it after positive feedback. Thanks. I enjoyed working on that program. I'm looking to take on more work in that area. Have you ever said that to your boss? All right, the last one. Number 5, numero 5. To recap, I'll do A and B. I'll look for X and Y from you. Giving your boss work to do. Okay. Ending one-on-ones with a non-committal, sounds good, talk next week is how things fall through the cracks. You'll end up frustrated that your manager doesn't follow through. Instead, close with accountability. Summarize what each of your action items are. Try this. If your boss agrees to do something, get specifics. Ask, is Wednesday doable? Or can I count on having that by Friday? And this was by Melody Walding, a executive coach, human behavior professor, and author of Managing Up to Get What You Need from People in Charge. That sounds pretty cool. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think saying these 5 phrases are going to make a difference for you in your career? If you're a boss, if you're a leader, has any of your subordinates ever said any of these 5 phrases to you? Or do you, if they have, did it make a difference? And if you have not said it yet, do you plan to? I'm going gonna try to implement one of those phrases verbatim to see what my boss says at our next one-on-one. All right. Anyways, those are the 5 things. Let's go through them real quick. Oh, let me show you this. Let me show you this one thing. Remember I was saying I built a little plugin? So I built this little plugin over here, if I can find it. Let's go to boom. This little AI summarizer right here. And I can set my API keys and everything like that. I can say what complexity level I want it to explain it to me, give me the key takeaways, and I am just going to say, summarize the full page, right? And it's gonna take that through OpenAI, and it is going to generate a summary for me about what this article was about. Because if I want the TLDR, the too long, didn't read, I can have it create a little summary for me. See, the TCR page summarizer says the article argues that one-on-ones with your bots are crucial, high value opportunities rather than just routine status updates. Top performers use these meetings to tie their work to business impact, seek stretch assignments, yada, 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 right? And we extracted some of the key quotes from it. One-on-ones are the most valuable time. First, let me share, since we last talked, one thing I could use. And then if I click on it, it'll take me directly to that spot. Boom. That's a little plugin that I built the other day. Yesterday I built it, all right? Anyways, that is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you going to use these phrases? Are you going to use these phrases so that you can win? All right, let me go ahead and check the chat to see if we've got anything going on. And then oh my goodness, this speed is driving me crazy. All right, so let me check the chat. Let's see what we got going on. Let me see. It says, never had said this before. I've never said any of this to my boss, but I'm going to try some. Give it a try. What's the worst that can happen other than you getting more work? But it'll be you asking for that work, and your boss will see that you are trying and you want to win. That is taking on more responsibility, especially when it's not given to you, but it is just either you just do it or you ask what needs to be done and then you do it. That is what is going to put you on the winning path. All right. Let's go ahead and jump back into another working segment. All right, let's go ahead and check what Antigravity is doing. And it says, all right, so based on our prompt, list web directory, search specific for goals table, reading super-based type definition, searching for daily goals UI implementation, reading daily modal. All right, analyze the goal categories, the dashboard, confirm dual table structure, goals versus daily goals, and distinct UI flows. Decided to transform goal categories page into a full goals page and added the dedicated daily goals section. I've updated the implementation plan to match the web app's data schema, dual structure separating long-term goals, goals table from daily goals table consistent with web app. Daily goals will use the daily goals completion table for tracking progress, allowing history, tracking points, etc. UI goals page will list long-term goals grouped by category. Daily goals will likely be a tab or section, possibly on the dashboard or top of the goals page. Add daily goals will support recurring versus one-time and point setting. I will now proceed with creating the domain, data layer, models, repository. All right, so let's go ahead and proceed with that. Cool. So that is going underway. Check this real quick. All right, so it's building it, and that's what I like. So you could probably do it in those other tools, but I like the fact. So I like the fact that Antigravity was able to take the existing code for a web app and the whole color scheme and everything, read all the information that Lovable did, and then start building the mobile app. And now we're saying, all right, just continue to port from it, and then now we can just make other little relevant changes to it. That way we end up having a mobile app, and we have a mobile app, and we have a web app, and they can just work together in sync. And I'm really wondering if we should. I'm really thinking about having the mobile app as just being the portal, the access, but you do everything. Like you have to sign up on the web, because you can even sign up on the web from, like, let's say you go on we could do that. So let's say we go onto the web to sign up, and then you say download the mobile app, and then you download the mobile app and you can log in, but you already have everything set up, and now you can start managing everything from the mobile app. That's what I'm thinking about doing, because we already have, like, it's already set up to go through Stripe and everything like that, sign up on the web. So it might be a little, it'll be weird to, because you're going to need the web at some point anyway. So you might as well just go on the web. Let's see, restarting the goals creation. It seems the previous attempt failed due to size or generation glitch. I'm also going to verify add goals dialog was successfully. All right. Do you know how much time it would take to actually build this out just manually? Just do this manually would be crazy. And I'm already impressed with what it came up with, right? The fact that and let's say we go to quarterly. Let me see if I do that. So coming soon, if we go to weekly navigator, not yet implemented. So after this is done, we also need to, so before we even go into quarterly vision and weekly navigator, we want to organize this dashboard page. And then after we organize the dashboard page, we will create a menu to house these, how to access them. Then I will have it fix the fasting tracker to be, what if I click and, look at that, it stopped. Well, what about the other ones though? Oops. Because we have more than these. But yeah, we want it to show in days, minutes, days, hours, minutes. All right, I've successfully implemented the goals and daily goals feature. All right, let's go ahead and all right, so what's new? Goals page, a dedicated page with 2 tabs: daily goals, track your recurring habits and daily missions, support long-term goals. You view your strategic grouped goals by category. Add goal widget. A new creation dialog lets you add both long-term goals and daily goals with recursion settings and points. Dashboard update. The manage goals category button has been upgraded to goals and daily targets. The implementation is fully aligned with the web app's Superbase schema. You can now navigate to daily. All right, so let's go ahead and try that. I'm going to stop this, and I have to do this through Android Studio, because I did not want to waste time trying to figure out how to get how do we call it, how to get the whole Android emulator running through VS Code. I already have it running in Android Studio. So I just opened the folder there, but we have an error happening. So I'm copying the error now from, I just moved this over here. So I'm copying this error over here. A lot of errors. So I'm going to copy this whole thing. When trying to start the application, I got this error. So the next thing that we'll do, all right, resolving. So is correctly imported. So it's just going through all the error messages now so that it can fix those error messages. I'm now revisiting the fundamentals. Undefined name. So just looking through all the issues that it found. It probably needs to do some type of upgrading. Let's see, a doubtful Flutter river pod. Let's see, I resolved the pub spec and passed minor lint and okay. Polishing code by fixing lints. All right, everything is resolved. We should be able to run it if it's actually working. But basically what I do, I get an error. I'll get an error and then I will copy that error and I will paste it into the prompt and say, this is the error that I'm getting, fix it. And it fixes it. So now if we go over to here, so goals and daily targets, click on that. Let's see if it's going to load anything. It's trying. So we have our long-term goals that are loading. Daily goals. Let me check the web to see if I have any daily goals. I don't have any daily goals. Let me add a daily goal. Let me see. What happens if I click add button? Test. Ooh. Cancel. Test. Testing. Create. So I'm going to say when I go to add a daily goal and there is no existing daily goal, it just keeps a loading / spinning indicator. After I added one, it still shows loading / spinning. Let me check to see if make sure we didn't get an error log in here. I didn't see one. Let me try it one more time. Let me move this over here so we can see if there's any errors that pop up. Test. Great. No, nothing happened. I didn't see anything in the logs that indicated that it added a new goal. All right, so let's get this working. We're going to get this working tonight. And then we will see where we go from there. So while that's happening, I'm going to take a look at our long term. What happens if I click on? I can see the long term, but I can't do anything with it yet. Category, 3 year. I don't have a calendar to set. So that's another thing we want. We want the calendar to be based on the time horizon that you choose. And we do want the AI feature as well. And we do want to be able to, like, if you're on the mobile, you do want to be able to speak what your goal is to process it through the AI as well. So we'll keep that in mind when we come back. But let's get this thing working. Let's see. I need to commit this as well. Let's see. I confirm my suspicion. The constant rebuild date and time now uses infinite loop. Fixing infinite loop, loading loop on goal page. Added logging to repository and providers to diagnose stuck loading state. Let's see. Adding error logging to notifiers. Let's see. Analyzing. All right. Running the Flutter analyze. I need this over here. All right. Root cause. The goal page was using date time .now, which includes milliseconds, as a parameter for watching the daily goals completion provider. Because the time change on every frame rebuild, Riverpod treated as a new provider request, causing it to indefinitely fetch. Normalized date. I updated the goals page to strip the time component from today, ensuring the provider key remains stable. Added logging. Okay. Restart the app and try. All right. So let's go to stop, run. All right, if we go to goals and targets. Oh, look at that. There was a bunch. There was a bunch. So if we, what happens if I do like, what is all this? I remember adding these. Maybe I did. All right, so when I click on one of these boxes though, let's go to, all right, let's do this. Let's go to, all right. Let's go select that. If I click on this and I copy that, and I'm going to say, when I click to complete one of the check boxes on the daily goals, it is not checking and removing or crossing out the box, I get this error in the logs, right? Let's see if we can get that part working. And if we do, I wonder, can't even see. So this is recurring. Those are a lot of goals. Why do they have all those goals showing? See what account I'm logged in on over here. Oh, okay, I'm in the wrong account. Let's go to here. I have fixed that error that prevents daily goal completion. The database rejected my simplified on-time value because it wasn't a valid option. It expects values like early bird, prime time, or last call. I fixed the code to calculate the correct time based on the current hour, just like the web app does. All right, so let's go ahead and restart the app again. And then I think what I'm going to want is to have the daily goals categorized as well. And it's just like, it's showing more stuff than I see. So if we go here, say test, nice. Okay. All right, all right, so the mobile app is showing a lot more daily goals than the web app displays. It is also not categorized. And we can't, or can we? Let me see. If I go to, nope. And we can't edit or delete an existing goal. Can you get parity with the web app? Let's send that off. Let's see. Oh my God, I didn't put this up. Whatever. Forgot to put the right banner up. Let's do this. All right. We are all right, let's let it continue working and then we will come back to it once we're done with break. Let me see, where are we headed to now? So let me take the chat real quick and then we'll get to our next break. Let me see. My guy Rod Brown said these camera angles are fire. Mr. Beloved Brother Rod Brown, you were my inspiration. All right. I'm just saying. You are my inspiration. Let me see. Is manually at least 1 month. I'm trying to remember what that is in reference. Let me know what that's in reference to, Reese, because one thing you'll learn about me, I cannot remember the things that I say. So let me know what that is in reference to. Have you ever tried out Expo? Yes and no. I have used Expo. There was someone that we were trying to. What? No sound effects. No sound effects. Hold on. Let me see something.
Do not come.
I see it. Did you didn't just hear? Did you just hear that?
Hey, a wise guy, eh? Heh.
Can you hear that, Rod Brown? Let me know if you can hear that. Let me see something else. No, it should be good. Should be good. I don't know. Did I ever try out Expo? Where did that go? I have used it because I was working with someone trying to help them get their app tested. So I have used it, but not directly on my own because I have not dived into the world of building React Native. So it is on my list of things to do though. I do want to, because I think with React Native, I'm gonna have to use Expo if my understanding is correct. Don't quote me on that though. Do not quote me on that. Says, I'm not hearing the sound. Or should be good now. Should be good now. It says, you said, how long would it take to make this app manually? About oh, okay. I don't remember stuff. And I would say about a month, if you have time to dedicate to it, and if you are already well versed inside of like the mobile app development space, you know. So yeah, it says there it is, and I didn't hear the ones before. Oh, that sucks. I had some really good ones before. What can I do? What can I do? All right, let's jump into our next break time. Oh my God, this thing is driving me crazy. It's like I feel like I'm just like I'm checking my speed throughout the night. Just can't win. You just can't win. Still crappy. All right. Well, whatever. Let's go ahead and jump into this next break time topic. She's 59 years old. 59 years old. And she refuses to retire. Is it by choice? I think so. Let's find out. So let's jump over into here. And I'm just going to use my little webpage summarizer real quick. Oh, hold on, let me open it back up. So I'm 59 and have no plans to retire. I waited until my 50s, to build my dream career, so I'm just getting started. This is an essay by Christina Daves? Let's see what it has to say. So the TLDR, I spent most of my life following the rules and taking care of my kids. God forbid. When I entered my 50s, I finally started building a brand and career that's completely mine. I love where I'm at and finally living my dreams, so I have no plans to retire. Look, if you have your own business, if you have your own thing, you never really retire because it's yours. And 9 times out of 10, there is nobody to give it away to, right? It's not like back in the days. It's not like back in the days when you could pass something on to the next generation. So it says, when people ask me when I plan to retire, they usually pick a number 62, 65, maybe 70. I'll say, my dad, he says he never plans to retire. He says because he loves what he does. But then again, if you love what you do, are you actually ever working? I don't know. My answer tends to stop them in their tracks. Never. Did you say never? She said never. I have no plans to retire, and it's not because I can't afford to retire, nor is it that I'm afraid to slow down. I have no plans to retire because my life and career didn't truly begin to unfold until my 50s. I feel like I'm finally getting into the swing of things, and I'm excited to see where my career will go next. I spent decades doing what I was supposed to do. Like many women, I followed the traditional playbook. Is this thing working or not? No? All right, whatever. Like many women, I followed the traditional playbook for most of my adult life. I built a career, raised 2 kids, showed up for my family, and did the responsible thing year after year. All right, let's just close this out. So much for that plugin. It's for a long time, my identity revolved around being needed at home, at school, at sports, at work, everywhere. Then my kids grew up and moved out. The house got quieter, and for the first time in decades, I had space to ask questions I hadn't considered in years. What do I do now? What do I want now? My most fulfilling work began after 50. I don't know. I am not a woman. I am not a woman. However, and everyone is entitled to feel the way that they want to feel, but her kids, raising up 2 kids, was not the most fulfilling work. That's interesting. That is interesting. What's next? What happened next surprised me. In my 50s, I launched a podcast with over 600,000 downloads. I became a regular television co-star and lifestyle contributor. I started writing for national outlets. I built a platform centered on women over 50 and the idea that midlife isn't a decline. It is an awakening. None of this was part of a carefully mapped plan. It happened because I finally stopped waiting for permission. All right. Okay. I stopped telling myself it was too late. I stopped assuming the best years are behind me. I stopped shrinking my ambition to fit someone else's idea of what women my age should want. I feel more equipped now than ever. One of the biggest myths about aging is that ambition fades. In my experience, it becomes more intentional. By the time you reach your 50s, you've lived enough life to know what doesn't matter. You've weathered disappointment. You've survived heartbreak. You've made mistakes and kept going anyways. That perspective changes how you show up. I don't know why she looks familiar. I take more risks now because I trust myself more. I care less about external validation. That's very good. You should, as Stephen would say, put the camera on me. You should never, ever, ever care about external validation because external validation is very fleeting. So I agree 100% with that. And I'm far more willing to say yes to things that light me up and no to things that don't. I love that. That confidence didn't come from youth. It came from experience. Experience over certifications. Go check it out. Candid Conversations. I don't see the next decade as being as the beginning of an ending. I don't see the next decade as the beginning of an ending. I see them as chapters filled with curiosity, contribution, and creativity. I want to keep learning. I want to keep creating. I want to keep building meaningful work. Retirement wouldn't be a reward for me. For many people, retirement is a reward. It's a long-awaited escape from work that drained them. I understand that, but I'm not running from my work. I'm running towards it. That's fair. That is fair. I've intentionally designed a career that excites me, challenges me creatively, and allows me to grow. The work I do now feels aligned in a way that it never did in my earlier years when I was juggling everything and everyone else. Why would I want to step away from something that finally feels like mine? I can't wait to see what comes next. If my 50s taught me anything, it's that the timeline we're given is outdated. Life doesn't peak at 30 or 40. Purpose doesn't expire at 50 or 60. Ambition doesn't have an age limit. I don't know exactly what my work will look like in my 60s and 70s or 80s, and that excites me. What I do know is this. I'm not done building. I'm not done learning. I'm certainly not done contributing. That's everything. So I find it interesting that she said the most meaningful part of her life was not raising her kids, because that's not the answer that you typically hear, but who knows? Who knows? And I do think this, though. I do think this. With technology and people being able to live longer lives, it pushes out, and that's why they keep pushing up the retirement age, right? Retirement to when you can collect Social Security, because we're living longer. Back then they said you can get Social Security at 62, then 65, because they thought you'd be dead at 59. That is the honest to God truth. All right.
I'm just being honest.
But now they're like, so now that's why they'll say 30 is a new 20 and 40 is a new 30 and now 50 is a new 40 and now 60 is a new 50 and 60 is a new 30. You'll see some people at 60 years old, they look fantastic. Like, how did they do that? They're not all decrepit and stuff like that. So I agree. You do not have to retire just because everyone else is retiring, because the government says that you're retiring. They don't even want you to retire. They want you to keep working, keep paying taxes, right? And because it's like, do what's meaningful. Do what's meaningful. So I agree with her. I agree with her. All right. I didn't know, like, when she said she had a business, I didn't know she meant like podcasting and being on TV and stuff like that. Which is cool. I thought she had like, she built, I don't know, some type of business company, which her podcast is a business company, but I was envisioning something else when she said that she wouldn't stop working and that she had a business. But hey, creating content is not easy. Creating content is not easy. It's a lot of planning, a lot of editing, a lot of collaborating and all that. So shout out to her. She's winning. She is winning regardless if her kids or not was her most fulfilling thing that she's ever done. All right.
Flawless victory.
All right. We are going to see if there's anything in the chat and then we will continue. Let me see. It says you not wrong. I was surprised. All right. Okay. Let's go and jump into our last segment for tonight. Let's go over here.
It's time to do.
All right. Let's see what happened. I have, so it was, where's my mouse? All right, there it goes. All right. It grouped daily goals. I have updated the plan to replicate the hierarchy in the mobile app. Use the get today's goals, RPC, remote procedure call for correct filtering and add, edit, delete actions suitable for touch interfaces. I have analyzed the web app and found the reason for the discrepancies. Data logic, I will switch from a raw table fetch to the get today's goals. This is what the web app uses and handles the complex recurring days logic correctly, which is why you see too many goals right now. I was fetching all active ones. Categorization. The web app groups daily tasks by category parent goal. I will implement the hierarchy in the mobile app list. I will add all right, cool. Let's go ahead and do it. Oh my goodness. Let me get this thing up here. Rod Brown says he has the Stream Deck in his shopping cart. Let's go, Rod Brown.
Let's get it.
That's what I'm talking about. It's going to make you so much more efficient. All right, let's see. Plastic utilities. What are you talking about? Team utilities. I've been examining the concept of utilities and formation of the teams. Now I'm exploring different permutations of utility. What in the world is it talking about? What are you talking about? It says some weird things sometimes. There's nothing talking about teams over here. What are you talking about, Gemini and anti-gravity? This is the same thing that's the same thing that Gemini was talking about like some loop it got stuck in. Let me stop it. I stopped because you were saying some weird things in the thinking. Can you make sure you are okay? All right. I was worried about my large language model, okay? I was worried about my large language model. Let's let's see. I understand. All right, let me see. I understand the user's concern and wants immediate affirm I'm processing information expected. I'm operating within the parameters of our agreed plan and I'm ready to move forward. No adjustments are needed. Everything is functioning as designed. Apologize for my confusion in my internal processing log. I'm operating normally. All right, just making sure. Just making sure. I get worried. Okay. I care about the well-being of my large language models. Okay. Other people might not care, but I do. Tech Coach Ralph cares. Okay. Tech Coach Ralph cares. All right. Are you done yet? Are you doing anything? Edited goals. Are you done? Oh, Nars. Are you done? Normally when it's done, it says that it's done. I think Gemini is going through some emotional distress tonight. Might need to get a therapist for Gemini. It just stopped in the middle of working. I'm like, okay. It kind of feels like when I am doing jujitsu and people just like start having a conversation in the middle of training and like, can we talk about this like after we're done in the training round? So after that's done, I think we'll leave that as is. Well, let me see if we go to add a new goal. Oh, all right. So let me see. We can add a daily goal, long-term goal. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Let me see something. Testing, create. Okay, cool. It adds it, so that's good. I think we can come back to like enhancing the long-term goals later on. But I want to focus on, I do want to get the fasting tracker to have like all the correct options. And I do want to get the weekly navigator to show up correctly and implement it as well. I can wait. We can wait till next week for the other stuff. If we even have time for today to do it. Let's see here. Applying fixes to repository notifier. Let's see. All right, so re-verifying. If that works, we should be able to start it up. My mouse. Error while editing. All right, so it should be done now. All right, I've successfully updated the app to match the parody website, correct filtering, group display, edit, delete, long press to edit, swipe left to delete. Okay, works. Let's go ahead and stop the app and let's start it up again. Go here. Ah, looky here. That is awesome. Okay, so let's go to, and then we have our long term. All right, so we'll leave that like that for now. We can do long term, year. We don't have an end date yet, but we'll do that later on. Let's do the fasting real quick. On the fasting tracker, everything is displaying as minutes. Could we properly calculate it to show as days, hours, minutes? Also check the fasting functionality, as we have more preset options for fasting length goals and the open-ended fasting as well. Let me see. And then we can always add the fasting calendar thing later on. But let's start off with that. Let's get that one up there. Refining fasting display. I'm currently, all right. Let's go to so this is good. I think what I want to do, because the fasting should be pretty simple to get done. I will expand the options to include all of these, open-ended, better formatting, duration, yada, yada, yada. All right, cool. That should be pretty easy to do, right? But I think what I'm going to do is get the layout of the homepage to be better. Get a true dashboard and not just some links to stuff. Because as soon as we log in, we want to have information. We want to have like information slap us in the face, right? Like, oh, here's your daily things that you need to do. Here's how long you've been fasting for, or start a fast. Here's your last time you logged your weight, right? Here's your weekly navigator goal. Let's see. Currently, I'm zeroing in on modifying the fasting tracker page. That should be pretty simple though. That one should be pretty simple. Yep, just about done. I just finished the initial analysis. Thankfully, most appear deprecation warnings. All right, should be done. All right, let's go stop this. What did it do? Improve formatting. Now intelligently formats the duration. It will show this 1 day, 4 hours for longer fast. For shorter ones, who fast for 15 minutes? Expanded presets, open-ended. All right, cool. Let's start the app. And let's say we go to here. Oh, I thought we started. No, not yet. There we go. And we go to fasting tracker. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. 2 days, 22 hours. Okay, so the orange check means you completed your goal. The purple or the purple means you completed, the non-purple means that you didn't. And then we have start your fasting. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. We can't edit them yet. Let's see, daily goals. If we go here, delete. Okay, I like it. I like it. All right. So now the last thing we're gonna do before time runs out. Let's say, can you take a look at the existing dashboard? Right now on the mobile, it is just a list of buttons that doesn't hit you with the most important information. Can we set up the dashboard to have the most actionable information, such as the daily goals, the current weekly navigator goal? If you are fasting, if you're fasting, how long you have been fasting for, or the option to start a new fast. And important things like that, such make it captivating and exciting to use the app. All right, let's do that. This one might take some time, so not sure how far it's gonna do. It says I'm starting a redesign of the mobile dashboard. All right. User wants a rich widget-based dashboard instead of a bullet list. I will redesign dashboard page to include actionable widgets for daily goals, weekly navigator, and fasting. And then we can always add more to it afterwards, but at least getting something that looks better now. Let me see, implementation plan. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and do it. Oh, there it goes. Header, personalized greeting, today's date, fasting status, top priority, weekly focus, daily momentum, quick actions. All right, let's go ahead and do that. I don't know if we'll have enough time for it to finish in the, I've got the green light on the plan. I'm starting the dashboard widgets. All right. Another thing that would be cool to do is to be able to organize your mobile dashboard by possibly dragging things around to where you want it to be. That's something to consider. I'll consider that. That would be pretty cool. Let's see, I've got the current weekly navigator ready. Now I'm diving into creating the dashboard. All right, with actionable components. I like it. And like I said, all of this has been done with Google's Antigravity, straight up with Antigravity. Let's see. I mean, the web app was created with Lovable, but the mobile app is being created with Antigravity based on what the web app did. Uh-oh. We gotta hurry it up. Updating artifact. Okay, I think we're done. I think it's gonna be done. Well, if that's the case, maybe I'll try to get that weekly navigator thing looking better. Aw. You got an error. Okay, it's done. It's done. I've completed the redesign of the dashboard. The new command center features. Top priority fasting. Most prominent card now shows your active fasting timer if running with a live countdown. If not, get a quick start at 60-minute and jump to straight in. Weekly contacts, a dedicated card, one thing for the week. Daily momentum. Instead of just a link, you announce your daily progress, 3 of 5 goals. Even lists the next 3 pending goals. Nice. Action items. All right, let's just stop it and let's see. Oh, all right. Let's go to. Was so excited. I got this error when trying to start up the app. Let's get that fixed up. Shout out to My Name is Tito over on the Twitch side of the game. I am building a mobile app to connect to my tech coaching portal. Yes, I connected Sonic drowning with Mario losing your life. Yep, that's what I did. I did it. And I'm not ashamed of it because I do what I want. But like I was saying, my name is Tito. I am building a mobile app to connect to the web app that I have for my coaching portal that offers setting long-term goals, setting weekly goals, quarterly alignment, a daily goals, has a fasting tracker, a nutrition stuff, weight stuff, exercise stuff, so that it has like, reward system. So I built all of that on the web using Lovable, and now I'm using Google's Antigravity to build a mobile app for it. So I just want to see if this is going to be done because I would love to see this. I've fixed the compiler errors and corrected the models. This app should launch, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's see if we can see it first, and then we'll get out of here. Well, then we'll go to our break time topic, our last one. All right. So, look at that. Look at that. Plan your week. Ew, this one. So we still have to work on this. I like it. I like it a lot. We need something for the long-term goal. Ooh, I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. And we can add more quick actions over here. Maybe like, and then we need to add some type of menu over here, or maybe one of those little hamburger menus where you can see the other thing that you can go to. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Because I'm going to be honest with you. It is not the easiest thing to do all of this management when you're on the move, because you have to be like, using a web app on a phone is annoying. But if you have a mobile app where you can just like boom, boom, boom on the fly, get notifications, get alerts, have it sync to your calendar, stuff like that, that right there is the flawless victory that we're looking for.
Flawless victory.
All right, let's go ahead and check the chat, and then we're going to get to our last topic, our last news story of the day. Let me see anything in the chat. So yeah, so my name is Cito. Yeah, like I was saying, my name is Cito. Thank you so much as well for tuning in over on the Twitch side of the game. But I am building a mobile app in Flutter to connect to my coaching portal, which all of my Patreon members will have access to once it goes live. And if you have access to the web, you also have access to the mobile app, and you can connect it to, and you can help it, organize, get everything done. My goal is always productivity. So that is the goal of the app and making the mobile app to connect to it. is going to be that much better. And it is a learning experience as well, building a mobile app based on a web app through different AI tools. Ree says, is the virtual phone an extension to anti-gravity or is it built in? Virtual phone. Oh, okay. I got confused for a second for the virtual phone. So that is, thinking about the best way to answer this question. The emulator that you see, the virtual phone, is a feature from Android. It's an Android emulator. It is a plugin. Like you can have it as a plugin to VS Code, which is anti-gravity. I didn't spend the time to get it to work through VS Code because I already had Android Studio and stuff, because I mostly use Android Studio, but to use anti-gravity, I needed to use VS Code. So what I ended up doing was I have the code open in Android Studio so I can run it through there, but I'm building it in VS Code. If I took the time to set it up in VS Code, then I wouldn't need to but it is not like built in VS Code. You need there's a plugin for it. There's a plugin for it, so you can definitely get it. And it's free. Like using the Android emulators, it's free, but it does take some resources on your computer. And Ree says, anti-gravity is so crazy. I would have never expected it would be this good. People are going crazy about anti-gravity. Like if you look up any YouTube video about anti-gravity, it is doing numbers. So definitely give it a try. Check it out. The way that they do it is based on your plan with Google. That is how much, that's your rate limit that they give you. So I was using it all day, like Saturday, and it never gave me any issues. So definitely give it a try. And I have the pro plan, so they're probably really generous because they want people to try it out. They're probably really generous even on a free plan if that's what you have, all right, with Google. All right, let's go ahead and jump to this last topic, which is my good old friend Jensen Huang. And I do consider him a close friend of mine because he is making my stocks dance.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
More money, more money, more money.
Right? So let's go ahead and check this out. So Jensen Huang, he speaks on the future of AI from the World Economic Forum in Davos last week. He was speaking with Maria Bartiromo from Fox Business. Let's jump into it.
Welcome back. As AI continues to transform industries across the globe, the world's largest semiconductor company is racing to keep up. I sat down with the CEO of Nvidia, Jensen Huang, and he said demand for his chips is exploding.
It's for sure now we're going to have a very large 2026.
You said that you had a backlog, a big backlog, $500 billion in backlog?
Yes.
Tell us about that. Where are you on that?
Well,
imagine that. Imagine you could have a backlog of business for $500 billion. Where does that even happen? Where does that even happen? $500 billion backlog? All I got to say to that is,
Let's get it.
since I said that a few months ago, that backlog has gotten bigger than that. And so I think we're just seeing,
now he's just bragging right now. He is just bragging. He's trying to say Google and your TPUs and AMD wants to come for us. Our $500 billion backlog just got bigger.
AI has gone from these language models to now going into healthcare, into drug discovery, into manufacturing. This last year, we made huge breakthroughs in this area called physical AI, where AI understands the world. It understands causality and the laws of physics, and you can use it for self-driving cars. And of course, we're going to see huge breakthroughs in self-driving cars. It's going to be all over robotic systems of all kinds.
Okay, so the Rubin, is the most advanced chip?
It's 10 times more energy efficient than Blackwell. It's 10 times lower cost for generating tokens than Blackwell. 10 times. And Blackwell was 10 times that of Hopper. So every single year we're driving up energy efficiency and we're driving down the token costs. This way, AI can.
What did she say what did she say that the chip, the GPU was called? Hold on, let's go ahead and Nvidia newest GPU. The newest GPU are, no, that's not the one she said. She said Blackwell architecture announced January. No, that's not it though. What did she say it was called? Hold on, let's go back.
Continue to be robotic systems, the world. It understands language models to.
Are you on that?
Well,
Exploding.
it's for sure now we're going to have a very large 2026.
You said that you had a backlog, a big backlog, $500 billion in backlog.
Yes.
Tell us about that. Where are you on that?
Well, since I said that a few months ago, that backlog has gotten bigger than that, and so I think we're just seeing AI has gone from these language models to now going into healthcare, into drug discovery, into manufacturing. This last year we made huge breakthroughs in this area called physical AI, where AI understands the world. It understands causality and the laws of physics, and you can use it for self-driving cars. And of course, we're going to see huge breakthroughs in self-driving cars. It's going to be all over, robotic systems of all kinds.
Okay, so the Rubin, what is the most advanced chip?
She said Rubin. Nvidia Rubin? There it goes. Nvidia Rubin is the next generation AI platform succeeding Blackwell, featuring a 6-chip architecture, Vera CPU, Rubin GPU, networking, designed for agentic AI and massive scale reasoning, offering significant cost and performance gains with a focus on extreme co-design, where all components act as a unified system for supercomputing. It aims to drastically lower inference costs and train large models with fewer GPUs, improving efficiency and scaling AI adoption with full production in 2026. All right, hold on. Rubin cost. I did that for a Blackwell before, and it was a no-go. Nvidia's Vera Rubin platform server are multi-million-dollar supercomputers, with analysts estimating a Rubin NVL 144 rack could cost around $3.2 million. What? With smaller GB300 NVL72 servers cost about $3 million. The older Blackwell system around $2.6 million. Anybody wants to go in with me to get one Vera Rubin platform? I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it.
Are you ready?
Vera Rubin, and can you even buy it, or are you leasing it? Are you just leasing it? Vera Rubin, $3.2 million per server rack. Blackwell GB300, Blackwell GB200. Why are they so expensive? Massive scale. These racks house numerous high-powered GPUs, for example, 72, and CPUs. Advanced cooling, extreme power densities require complex and costly liquid cooling systems. Whew, that's serious. That is serious. All right, let's get back to the video.
It's 10 times more energy efficient than Blackwell. It's 10 times lower cost for generating tokens than Blackwell. 10 times. And Blackwell was 10 times that of Hopper. So every single year we're driving up energy efficiency and we're driving down the token costs. This way, AI can continue to be affordable, more clever, more smart, while being more affordable for everybody to use.
There's a debate on whether or not China should actually be getting our chips. What's your take? You want to obviously sell to that market, but are there risks with regard to national security?
First of all, H200 is not used by their military, because their military, like our military, builds on our own chips, and they build plenty of great chips. Huawei and many new startups, they've all gone public this year, hundreds of billions of dollars of market value now in building AI chips. So they have lots of AI chips for themselves. With respect to H200, We remember the AI stack is 5 layers deep, and we want to win the AI race, and we need to win the AI race at every single layer. We want to win the energy layer. We want to win the chip layer, the infrastructure layer, the AI model layer, and also the application layer. President Trump wants us to go win the marketplace, compete around the world, bring home jobs, create revenue for the United States, and continue to lead the technology around the world. We can't concede any market, and so having the ability to keep the United States at the forefront with Blackwell today and very soon Rubin, but now allowing American chip companies to compete around the world, we have the benefit of having a thoughtful and balanced strategy.
I want to ask you about the question that you hear all the time, and that is, with all of this money being spent on AI, are we inching toward bubble territory?
Future R&D budget is going to drive enormous amount of infrastructure. We're going to be, it's very likely this is the largest infrastructure build out in human history. And over the course of the next 15 years, a lot of estimates come in at, $85 trillion. And so we're going to build a lot of infrastructure.
So if you're talking about a couple of $1 trillion every year going into this, what do you say to those people who say that's absolutely not going to happen? It's a bubble, and we're going to have some companies holding the bag, banks who are lending out this money. Because remember, some of these companies who are investing in AI, they're borrowing the money. Is it a bubble?
Well, during the time when companies build infrastructure, it is not unusual to borrow money. However, we're nowhere near a bubble right now. And the reason why we know that is because every single GPU that NVIDIA has in the cloud, and they're in Azure, they're in AWS, they're in their GCP, they're all rented out. They're in CoreWeave, they're all rented out. And in fact, the demand is so high for our GPUs that the spot price of GPUs we sold a couple of years ago are going up. And so that tells you something.
That's one thing. Like the NVIDIA stuff, everything that NVIDIA has, it's in high demand. Is there an AI bubble? I can't say that there is, because now it depends on the cost of AI, right? Because if it's costing these AI companies more than they're making from it, that's different. But the way that I see that AI is being infused in everything that we do, companies are making it mandatory for their employees to use it. They're encouraging, like other companies are encouraging companies to use it. They're allocating budgets. Just by the things that we've done on this channel with AI, the fact that do you see? Reese told you, just to get to the point that we were at before this, and to build this mobile app based off a web app, just to build a web app, you would need a backend developer. Let's put this into perspective, right? I don't even know when I started building the web app, but to build a web app, you need a backend developer, you need a front-end developer, you need a product owner, you need a QA person, right? That's like 4 people right there, right? To build a mobile app, you would need a mobile developer, you would need probably a backend developer possibly to connect to it. So you would need maybe you can get away with the same QA person, maybe not. So we're looking at 6 to 8 employees to build what I've been doing on the side, the web app for maybe a few months, the mobile app on two Tuesday nights. And you see the progress that we made on this web app? You see the progress that we've made on this web app? Look at this. Look at this. This is amazing. This is amazing. And if I was doing this all day long, I would have so many apps done like that. It's hard. It is hard for me to say that there is a bubble. Right.
And so demand for Blackwell is incredible. Demand for our next generation product, Rubin, is incredible. Demand for our past generations in the cloud is incredible.
My thanks to Jensen Huang. I've got one more thing you need to know about ahead of next week. That's next.
Well, that's it. That's all she wrote. That is all she wrote, friends. We're going to get up and out of here. Hopefully you guys had a great time. I am so sorry for the buffering that you might have experienced. Xfinity was not having a good time tonight. Maybe it's the weather, who knows? But the upload speed was diabolically very, very slow. Do me a favor, as you get out of here, if you have not done so already, like, share, and subscribe. I will be clipping this up. Maybe I'll just do, maybe if it's really, really bad, I'll just do a whole re-upload of maybe I'll re-upload this live stream because it's just a bad experience. I have it recorded here, so we can do that. Check out Kind of Conversations from yesterday. Experience over certifications. Check out tomorrow. We're going to be having our software explorations. I'm going to show you how I started this mobile part of it using anti-gravity. We're going to go reviewing that, my prompts and everything like that, so that you can start it yourself and do something yourself. If you have a web app and you want a mobile app, done, right? There's some other parts you have to learn, and then you'll get the foundation. You have the framework. If you're watching this, I know you're somewhat technically inclined, and you can go from there and you can win, right? We're going to be back live on Thursday. We're going to be working on the Stream Deck plugin, getting it pushed up into Elgato so that we can finish that process, give it a price, all that good stuff, and go from there. Anything else? That's it. Let me check this last comment in the chat from Reed. Says definitely something to look forward to. I just want to know, how long do you think it will take to for RAM to drop? Honestly, I don't know if anything's going to drop at this point, because the thing is, everybody needs these. They need the chips, they need the RAM, they need the GPUs, they need the CPUs. Do you remember during the pandemic how you couldn't find a GPU or a CPU because they were using it for crypto mining, and now they're using it for AI? So it's crazy. It is crazy, but we shall see. We shall see. That is it for tonight, everyone. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like I said, sorry for the buffering, all of that. Out of my control. But it says since RAM and GPUs are in high demand with these companies, it feels like the early 2000s when everyone wanted a PC. You're right. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's not much you can do about it because these things are. You know what? Funny that you mentioned that. Do you remember when flat screen TVs first came out? First the plasmas, then the LCDs, right? And they were thick at the time. For a 32-inch, you're looking at like $1,500, $2,000, $2,500. I was at Walmart the other day, and I saw that they had an 85-inch TV for like less than $600. It might have been less than $500, but I'm going to say less than $600 for sure. I was like, wow, times have changed. Remember those big box, big screen TVs? Those in the 1990s, they were about $5,000, and now an 85-inch TV, for $500-$600. That is crazy. But I will leave you with that. Shout out to Reed. Shout out to Rod Brown. Shout out to Junior. Shout out to Mumitify. Shout out to what was the name of the other person? Tito. Shout out to Tito. Shout out to everyone who tuned in. Thank you guys so Floor Mat TV, exactly. Shout out to all you guys. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for tuning in. Techo Trouf, we are out.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yeah. Thought you was riding. Thought you was 10 toes down. The second something shiny came, you folded. It's cool though. just taught me how to move. Watch this.
Used to think we was a unit, thought the back was covered. Thought you was my dog, man, thought you was my brother. Smiling in my face, shit, you really played a part. Acting like you with me, had me giving you my heart. But the loyalty was passive, man, that shit was see-through. Waited for your moment, that's what fake ones be, dude. Soon as opportunity came knocking on the door, you ain't even hesitate, you just wanna ask for more. You ain't look back once, you went your own way. Show me who you were, man, I got nothing left to say. I ain't mad, I ain't bitter, ain't no salt to spill. You just lit a fire, man, you just made the focus real. You just gave me fuel, man, I'm moving only faster. I ain't got no time for what a flaky person says. I am on a mission, you are in my way. I'm cutting off the dead weight, I don't care who suffers. If you ain't with vision, then you're undercovers. Sleeping on the grind, I am wide awake. Every year you handed me just taught me what to take. And I'm taking everything I am putting first. All that fake love, man, it was a damn curse. Now the curse is broken, now I see the path. You just woke the monster, you can do the math. Yeah, this a full court, press it, I ain't letting up. Put myself first, I'm feeling my own cup. No empathy, no sympathy, I'm on my purpose. Y'all just flaky people, man, you make me nervous. This a full court, press it, I am all out focused. Who ain't in my team, then you're just a locust. I ain't mad, I'm motivated, time to run the score. Yeah, I'm locked in, man, I'm kicking down the door. So I don't look around, I just look ahead. Every promise that I made to myself is fair. All focus, all gas, I ain't gotta brag. I don't care about your feelings or your new mistake. You made your choice, and now I'm making mine. My purpose is the only thing I see. I'm on the line, you are just a ghost, man, a lesson that I learned. Thanks for showing me that my own back is all I earn. So I'm holding it down, I'm the one I trust. Turning all the betrayal right in the dust. Watch me build an empire while you watch me from the side. Should've stayed down, man, you should've learned to ride. Full court present. All focus, all out. No sympathy. Yeah. Locked in. Purpose.